Introduction to Learning Module 5. Hi everyone, this is Deborah, and in this video I'm going to give you the overview for Learning Module 5 for our CSIT 165 class. As you can see on the first page of LM5, there are pictures of 3 different covers from Time magazine. This is because in this module you're going to be considering the consequences of global society online activity. Basically, you're going to do just one thing in this learning module. You're going to create a research paper, but this time it's going to be the only component of Learning Module 5. Okay, so when you click Next, you're going to come to the page with all the instructions on it. First, the overview gives you an idea of what to expect. And the first sentence pretty much says it all. Social media has dramatically altered the political landscape of change here in the United States and around the world. This component is going to have you write a 2-page research paper on one of the topics that are listed below. And take a look at this underlined statement here. You need to focus your research and your subsequent thesis or argument on the specific role of social media as it relates to your chosen topic. So you're not just going to write about this topic. I mean, we all know about most of these topics. What you're going to write about is how social media relates to it and how social media has affected it or made changes to it that maybe you wouldn't have seen otherwise if social media didn't exist. Okay, so here are the topics. There are several different categories. There's United States politics, and so if you're interested in politics, you can choose one of these topics from this bulleted list below that category. If you're interested in revolutions, there are 3 topics to choose from here. Under disaster response, there are several topics you can choose from here. And definitely we know that social media has had an influence on how these things are handled. Fundraising, there are 3 topics you can choose from there. Now, if you don't like any of these topics, if none of them really motivate you, then you can come up with your own topic. But if you do, you need to email me to gain approval of the topic before you start writing the paper on it. So please remember to do that. Then once you've chosen your topic, come down here to the submission instructions, and there are 2 links I want you to pay attention to. This one called Steps in Writing a Research Paper. When you click that link, it opens up a website from a state college from New York, and basically it gives you some really great guidance in how to write a research paper. So please, you can follow this and it'll give you some really good ideas. If you're not used to doing research papers, college level ones, then this is a really good source for you. Another link I want you to look at is this one. This links you to the MiraCosta College Writing Center. The Writing Center is located, there's one located on every campus of MiraCosta, and you can come in person, and they encourage you to come in person if you want to get some help with your writing, but you don't have to. You can also apply for an online appointment. You can just talk to them over the phone or on the internet, and as long as you can upload your work and let them read it, they can offer you assistance and guidance on your research paper over the phone. So please don't feel like you have to show up in person to get help, although personally I think it's better if you can be there in person. So there are the hours that they're available and who you can contact. So those 2 links are important. Please be sure to read all the instructions very carefully. Your research paper must be at least 2 full pages, but no longer than 3 pages. So it can be 2, 2.5, or 3 roughly pages in length. There are directions here on how to write it, what it should look like, your margins, your fonts. It's very specific. So please be sure to adhere to these instructions Okay. And finally, read everything, make sure that you understand everything. Also, your writing, your punctuation, and your grammar must be impeccable. Impeccable, okay? If you don't know what impeccable means, look it up in the dictionary. Basically, it means perfect, okay? I really expect you to work on this, and that's another reason why you should contact the Writing Center. And even if you think you wrote it just fine, it wouldn't hurt for you to submit it to them and let them take a look at it and see if they have any advice for you to improve on it. So that's the only thing that you have to do for Learning Module 5 is this one research paper. Please be sure to get it in on time. Check the class schedule, the class calendar to see when it is due. And if you have any questions, please let me know as soon as possible.